to Gardner 3 times, out to Leominster 3 or 4 times. So this is a very important part of the state, and sometimes I feel it gets overlooked. So when I got elected, I made a point to come out and hit the areas that are traditionally not, I think, given representation properly.
And now, can you tell me a little bit about what your focus is now in this campaign? I know there's been some talk about trying to make an effort to search and seek out and avoid some of the negative campaign ads and try to...
Well, as you know, last time I didn't run a negative ad and ran a very positive campaign. I certainly like to try to do that again, but the way it started out already, it's sad. The people deserve better. I called for last year, as you know, because you followed it, for all those ads to go away, and I did it again right in the beginning, like 5 months ago again, and again and again and again. I'm glad Professor Warren has agreed to come over and say, yeah, we should get rid of them, and the managers are looking to see what they can do, because obviously there's some issues, independent expenditures, we're not supposed to have any contact because it's illegal, but I think the effort is there, and we'll see what happens.
Go ahead. The last question, just what do you think moving forward the focus is? I know a lot of progress has been made, but what do you think some of the issues are that you really want to continue attacking?
Well, it's really about jobs. It's about creating jobs, an environment for jobs. As I travel around Massachusetts, the #1 issue is the lack of regulatory and tax certainty and the fear of businesses not knowing what's next. And that being said, as I was at Aubuchon Hardware, as I was over at a small business dealing with defense issues and other types of issues, they don't know what's next. They don't know where we're going to be with sequestration and the cuts in the military. They don't know what's going to happen with a lot of the tax structures, a lot of the tax credits and other things that are happening. So that's kind of putting everybody in a very frustrating position. They want certainty, and so I'm going to try to continue to work on the things I think can help bring that certainty and stability to their everyday lives.
How much more challenging is it going to be being an incumbent in this election environment with Congress being so unpopular?
Listen, I'll leave that up to the political pundits to decide. I know that I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, and you've been here, you've seen the response. I've only been there a little under 2 years, so I can't I don't think I'm considered a Washington insider. I'm here back every weekend except for the time I had military duty and some family commitments. So over the last 2 years, I've been back every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's hard to say, but I'm sure they'll try to paint me as some Washington insider. But the bottom line is, people are smarter. In Massachusetts, the thing that I've always enjoyed about people is that the independent spirit, the independent way that they look at the person first and not the party. Like they'll vote for potentially the president and then me and then so and so and so all the way down. They look at each person individually, and that's a good thing, and that's how it should be.
Do you think that they, one of the things that the Warren people are seizing on is the Obama jobs agenda, your votes against that? I know you opposed it because of the surtax, the millionaire surtax. Is that going to be a problem for you?
No.
But is that going to be a problem for you opposing the surtax on people who make more than $1 million?
As you know, because you cover it, the only 2 pieces of the president's jobs agenda that passed were mine, and it passed overwhelmingly when we were given a chance to actually do it. I'm happy to look at all the proposals and keep an open mind, but that was a bipartisan rejection of the president's jobs bill. There were Democrats, as you know, because you covered, that said no as well, because they realized it was political theater and they're just playing games. It's not about how we pay for it. It's the fact that had no chance of passing the House. There was no effort to bring it up, allow for an amendment process, allow for us to come up with creative ideas to pay for it without, pitting classes of people against each other. That's why when we get back, as you know, Rubio and a couple of others, we're going to actually take the Republicans, the Democrats, and the president's bills, take all the things everybody agrees on, and pass them and put them up and say, okay, now what, folks? Now what type of problems do you have with it? Because you know as well as I do that they're in full campaign mode in D.C. And, the people deserve better, and I'm going to continue to find a way to find solutions. So, pretty simple.
Just one thing I want to ask. The energy, you're going to make your announcement on Thursday. Do you expect the same sort of energy at this campaign, this announcement that you had?
Well, it's 2 years later. We have 35 people who have already signed up, and it only holds 1,500. So hopefully we'll have the energy. But everything that I'm sensing is that people appreciate the effort. They may not agree with me 100% of the time, but they appreciate the honest, thoughtful, methodical approach I attack things, the fact that I keep an open mind, and I put Massachusetts in our country's interests first, because we are Americans first. We're not Democrats or Republicans first. So to go in with that attitude, they appreciate that. And and we'll see if it gets rewarded. I hope so. Now it'll come work for you.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody. Thanks for taking time to come down. It means a lot.